how have you enjoyed the day so far? We've had some pretty powerful speakers, eh? I've got a tough act to follow. We've had some really great people. As Rick indicated, I'm no stranger to technology. It's been a hobby of mine since the VIC-20. Who remembers that? Oh, you're getting old. I bought it at Walmart, took it home, took it apart to see what was inside. Boy, was I surprised. All it was a printed circuit and a bunch of transistors. But it got me interested in technology. So I took over from Richard Kaufman within 5 minutes of the Grand Master's appointment. So that was how fast I got shuffled into this job. But I follow on good hills with Richard. He was the one that drove the reincarnation of the Grand Lodge website in 2012 and gave us my Grand Lodge. He's been a great cheerleader of Grand Lodge. And today I'm here before you hoping to perpetuate what his vision was. Now, I suspect a lot of you are here because you've had trouble with the website in the past. Either you haven't found something or whatever. What I'd like to do, I was going to do a PowerPoint presentation, but that's pretty boring trying to describe technology with a PowerPoint. So what I thought we would do is a show and tell and actually take you right through everything, both the public portion and the membership area of the website. And even though I've been told I've got to finish by 3:35, if you put your hand up quickly before we move on to something, I can keep track of the questions that way. So let's start. When you go first to the Grand Lodge website, you go to Home. Now, how many people go there and then just click on one of the ribbons? Actually, if you scroll down a little bit, there's all the latest activities that are fit for public observation. So you can get some latest events. And the latest thing that was published up there was just 2 weeks ago, actually, from past Grand Master Gary D. Dowling asked me to put this up, was the latest news from Kandahar. They're just about ready to leave. The buildings are slowly being torn down, and they're meeting in restaurants and coffee shops and everything else, trying to perpetuate it. So I found that story very interesting. In fact, I'm going to be doing a piece on that in our local district. If we move over to, this is all the public area we're talking about. This is where the seeker of Freemasonry will find information about Freemasonry. Who are Masons? What do we do? Why become a Mason, and how can I join? And typically, they will then click on the link, contact us. It will come to me. I send it to one of my team members who fills the fellow in and then assigns to one of the lodges in your districts. I would also encourage you, when you're interviewing candidates as potential members, to direct them to this site, and they will help answer some of your questions that they may have of the craft if they haven't already been here. It's a tremendous resource, and it can save you a lot of time on your interview and get more down to more basic stuff. It talks about our organization, how we became into being, our history of the Grand Lodge of Canada in the province of Ontario. And what you may not have known is a nice little link here called Concordant Bodies. Gives you information on all our fellow Concordant Bodies. If you're looking at maybe expanding your craft knowledge into the Scottish Rite or to the York Rite Masons, all the links are here where you can find information. And again, your membership, you can talk to them and direct them to these areas if they wish to get more information. If we go down there a little bit further, we get news that's good for the public. All this is public site. There's our Grand Master getting his ice bath. And, and as more links added, so this page grows. This is fed from latest news and articles which are provided to us by different committees, by the Grand Master himself, and so on. Anytime, just go back, and we go back to our... You notice, I don't have to click on the link, because once I've clicked on that ribbon item, the menu has come down on the right-hand side. So I don't have to keep going back here. It's already there. So I can click directly from there. Saves you a step. Latest news, latest events. If you want to read the Ontario Mason magazine, we've now made it available in the public portion of the site. It's considered a public document, and you can share it with the public. Something that Dan Dignard has been working on, he's going to be publishing in the future a printer-friendly version, and that will be identified as either the word printer-friendly in the title or PF. It will save you a lot of ink if you're going to print it out. Because as you know, these magazines that Dan puts together are very graphics intensive, and you could go through a couple of cartridges very fast if you were printing them all out. We go into the community outreach. Now this is important because after we leave here, we're going to go into the members area. This is one of the centers of excellence. If you've read the Rebuilding the West Gate, thank you. It's a strategic plan. It talks about centers of excellence. And if you're not familiar with the members side, it will make it easier if you know about this document because it's based on the centers of excellence in here. And the community outreach is one of the centers of excellence as set out in the West Gate document. And this is all information, again, it's helpful for a new member. Why, what we do in the communities, what we do in the province, everything is there. How we interact with our community, it's all there for you.
Will the video on today be on there?
It will be eventually, I'm told. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. It depends what direction I get from the Communications Committee and the Masonic Education Committee. But I'm told that what's happening today will be up on the website.
Public or members only?
It'll be, I would suspect it would be members only because, as you know, a couple of speakers have made reference to some craft material. So, now, how many people have used the lodge locator? Good, good. That is such a nice tool because by clicking on the lodge locator, you get a map of the Canada. Now, I'm going on a business conference in Ottawa, and I'm going to be there for a week and a half. I think to myself, geez, wouldn't it be nice if I visited a lodge while I was there? I could take my apron with me. It'll kill an evening. I can get to meet some brethren. But what lodge do I want to go to? Well, if I just type in Ottawa and click search, we get a map of Ottawa. And if I click on just number one at random, it tells me the address of the temple and what lodges meet in that temple. I can click on one of those and it will give me the exact address, their phone number, and their meeting date and time. So I can plan my visit when I go in visiting. Great tool if you're visiting out of town or you're on vacation somewhere throughout the province. Very few people use it though.
You're notified that you're visiting? You're notified that you're visiting?
Not always. Depends how much time I have. You know, you just show up and
Give it worth a try.
yeah.
So are you linked to Europe or Asia?
We do have, and I will take you there in a minute.
Because a brother from Italy here today said that you need to be referred by your secretary.
Okay. We do have a page of Masonic links in the public area. All of the district links are there. There are only 3 districts, I believe it's 3, that do not have district websites. A couple of them have shared expense. London, for example. Is it London North-South? East-West, and Wilson North-South. I always get them mixed up. They share their district websites, which saves them a little bit of money. There's only 3 districts that do not have websites, and I did have a list of them. Chatham, Weston, and Windsor. They have one now, do they? Because it hasn't been given to us anyways. But any lodge today can put a website up for about $10 a month. It is very economical, or less. If you sign, like for our lodge, we signed a 3-year contract with GoDaddy. It was $5 a month, and that included the domain name. You know, so it's really good value. Anyways, the question was about international. We have the Grand Lodge's subsidiary websites, such as the Research Foundation. We have North American Grand Lodges. So all of the Canadian Grand Lodge websites are there. The American ones are there. And we have a few international ones. If we keep going down, international one. And you said Italy. I'm sorry, Italy is not listed as of yet.
The Grand Orient, that's where
yeah, there we go. So They can be listed at any time. It's just they have not been done thus far, but they are there for people. Okay, that is pretty well in the public area. Is there anything else about the public side? Because then we're going to go to the member area. Now then. How many people have forgotten how to log in? Okay. I've given you business cards, and for the few that arrived a little bit late, there's business cards here. So you can contact me directly rather than going through the webmaster link on the home page. And also the office. You know, those poor girls at the office, they get all kinds of complaints from fellow members, and they have nothing to do with the Grand Lodge website. They only look after the inside. So feel free to contact me directly. There you go. Take it with you. We knew we'd have a class monitor. Now then, once you're in the members area, you can switch back to the home page without leaving the members area. You're now back into the public side of the website and faced with the same ribbon choices. You just simply go back up to member area. You don't have to log in again. You automatically come back to the member side. And we talked about, sorry, sir, go ahead.
How did you log into the member area?
Thank you for that question. I logged in with my GL certificate number and a password of my choosing. Now, I'm glad you asked that question, because the most common query that I get is, I can't log on to the website. I go into the back end and I see the person has never logged in before. Then the instructions are simple, and please share it with your lodge secretaries. If you've never, ever, ever logged into the website, you log in with the username is your GL certificate number. Now, to make it easy for you, the password is your GL certificate number. What will happen as soon as you've logged in successfully, before you are allowed to do anything, the system comes up and says, change your password, and you should, because otherwise everyone's got your number. Everyone knows it's GL certificate, both numbers, right? Also, provide a valid email address. Now, I cannot emphasize that enough. A valid email address. That's the second most common complaint I get as the webmaster is, I want to change my password and it won't let me because I've changed my email address. Well, what happens when you go into the system subsequently to change your password? The system will send a verification code to the original email address. And you have to click on that link to verify that you are who you say you are. So that email is sent to your old address. So if you, down the road, change your email address, consider going onto the Grand Lodge website and changing that information before you lose control of your old email address, because that will, well, actually, it stops you from changing your password, essentially, because you can't verify it. If that does happen, my email is on there, mjlocke@kojako.ca. Quick email to me, and I will reset your password for you to get you back on. Anybody that's joined since 2012, they may or may not be in the system. Because what happened in 2012 when Richard Kaufman took the system live, we were able to dump the entire database into an empty database. It was nice and easy. Since then, we've grown by, even though we've lost a few members to the GLA and for various other reasons, we've also got a lot new members. They may or may not be in the system. And if that is the case, it's just, again, it's a straight email to me and I set them up with their account. So, and I don't mind doing that. One of the things I found out from taking on this role is that there's a lot of things that need changing to make our Grand Lodge website a lot easier. In fact, I was talking to one of the ladies on Wednesday at the Grand Lodge because I had to attend there for a management meeting. And, you know, one of the ladies says, you know, we've got to get this thing changed. You know, the number one complaint that they get is it's hard to navigate. And that's why I think it's important that we have this thing today that helps you understand it, and maybe you can spread the word, you know, amongst the other people. Getting back on track with the website itself, The ribbon is divided up into centers of excellence. We talked about the Community Outreach Center of Excellence, and now we are faced with the operations of Grand Lodge, craft stewardship, membership, and communications. Now, people tell me that they don't know which column it comes under, right? Well, I don't have all of the answers to that, but I can help you a little bit. Think of operations as the big guy, the macro picture, the Grand Lodge itself. So any information dealing with how we are governed, you will find it here, under operations. Going down to craft stewardship, now we're getting down to a micro level, and we're talking about you, the lodge, how you lodges interact, what information you need to do your business. Membership, we drive down a little bit further, and now we're talking about the actual member, skills that the member needs, mentoring, Masonic education, and so on and so forth. Finally, is communications, and that is how we tie this all together, how we communicate our ideas through the craft. And the Communications Committee will also, through their publishing review, they look at every document that goes on the website. It has to be passed by them before it comes to me to be posted up on the website. And that's to ensure that our message is consistent, that there is no ritual being posted on the website, that there's no third-party advertising, and so on. And while I'm talking about those 2 points, and we'll come back to the navigation, I've been asked about lodge websites. Grand Lodge no longer approves websites. Before, you just used to have to send in your URL to Grand Lodge, and they would give it their kiss and bless it, and then you're on the way to publish it through your district. They no longer approve websites. But if you read the policy, it says Grand Lodge will review your website upon request or upon complaint. I'm pleased to say I've had no complaints in my first 3 months.
Can we link it from Grand Lodge to a lodge in a district?
Yes. Yeah.
Because you can't link.
Yeah. Well, we can show you some links that are already in place.
We try with our website, and Grand Lodge doesn't link to us. I don't know why.
Okay. We don't link directly to the an individual lodge's website. We do it through the district website.
Yeah, the district website.
So, and in fact, if we go back to the public section, and we go to Masonic links, remember I said to you we have, and I'll just pick London districts. There's London East and London West, so I want to look at the London West websites. And if there is any there that can be, there's the lodges, the numbers, and if they've got their own website, clicking on one of these would take me to their particular website. Mountain, okay, there's nothing much there. Let's see if I can find King Solomon's Lodge's information, a little bit of history on it. Most districts do a little history section of all the lodges in their district, even if they don't have their own website. There is some information for the public to look at. So that information is there. Like I say, in answer to your question, the Grand Lodge website does not per se link to a lodge. We do it through the district. Okay, back to the member area. As I said, once you've signed in, you can go backwards and forwards as many times you want. How to contact Grand Lodge, your appointments of all the Grand Lodge officers. If you click on the names, Grand Junior Deacon, actually we've got a Grand Junior Warden in the room here. So let's have a look here. Oh, he's under officers. Oh yeah, he's a big guy. Yeah, so so let's go back to let's go to the officers list. There we go, and yeah, here we go. Grand Junior Warden. We click on Rick, and there we go. We get his. You get. So then you can call up the bio of that individual and read more about him.
494 reviews?
Yeah, he's a popular guy, isn't he?
Oh, you're relative. I'm giving lessons.
The list of all the DDGMs. Now then, this is an area which I'd like to encourage more use of. Let's tip, I saw Timothy here today. So if we click on Right Worshipful Rock's website again, name, we get his information, a little bit about him. And if we click on the membership, it would take us
It looks like him.
to the district website. Now, as you notice here, and I'm not picking on Timothy, this is the Bruce District Group. Nothing's been put in there. I would love to get everyone updating their district websites in the My Grand Lodge area, because this is how we share information. If the question was asked, about if I'm going to Ottawa, do I call ahead? If I can call up Ottawa District, I know which one's having an official visit or an installation that night. That gives me more information to make a decision which lodge I'm going to go to when I'm visiting. So, and that is going to be found in the My Grand Lodge area. So we will get back to that later on. I'm running out of time here. I've only got 10 minutes, so we're going to scoot through this quickly. I thought I'd have lots of time, and obviously we did not. There's that strategic plan we talked about, rebuilding the West Gate. It's right there. A question I was asked earlier, condition of masonry, the GL forms. Now, the L forms, they've changed this year. Now, I'm not part of the Condition of Masonry Committee, but I have been updated by Right Worshipful Brother Kaufman on what's going on there. What is happening now for this year is all of your L forms are going to be completed online. So you will log into the website and you will click the link, which hopefully has provided you, but if not, send me an email and I'll get it to you. If you wish, you can download, let me just call it up here. Here's the L1 preview copy. I'm going to say open, not save. I've already saved it enough times on my computer. It's just going to download quickly. I don't know how fast the service here. Takes a while, does it?
Yep.
Anyways, the form will... Oh, okay. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. But anyways, here it goes. Okay. This gives you an opportunity to print it out, or if the worshipful master and secretary get together, they can go through this form very quickly, exactly. And then they can go online and fill it out. Yeah. And one of the reasons why they went to online was last year they ran into difficulties with different people using different versions of Acrobat. And what would happen is the L form it was capturing all the information, but depending on the version they used, it wasn't all accessible. Because when you fill out a form on Acrobat, has a little plus sign to let you know there's more. Older versions did not allow that.
I spent about an hour with Richard the other day, because I was a little concerned.
Yes.
I'm just getting very quick. What this new L1 form will do is going to give any of us that want information relatively quickly. We can look as to whether a lodge that's progressing is using any of the Grand Lodge articles and this sort of stuff. It can show the percentages of this sort of thing just in an instant.
Right.
Where all this information, although good, I'm on one of the committees that was needing that information, you just couldn't extract it fast enough. There's not big enough Excel programs to work with. So this idea here, I was skeptical at first.
Yep.
Because it sort of caught me after our board meeting, but I'm a proponent of it. I'm going to try and make sure that...
Yeah, I think it'll work very effectively.
The big thing is getting the secretaries to fill it out. And if you can get your master to come and sit down with you, I'd say that's a win right there.
That's right.
Mike,
Yes, sir.
Since time is becoming an issue in the very near future, would you mind reviewing how the brethren can search for something that they're looking for?
Ah, yes. That's one of the two things I'm going to quickly cover off right now, because time is of the essence. When you're in the My Grand Lodge area, how many people have tried to look a brother up? You type the guy's name in and you get either thousands of responses or no responses. Okay. So, so let's call up little old me, and then I want to find somebody. Now, if I search, we'll use Rick. Poor guy, he's going to get it today. Yep. Oh, he came up first. Look at that, because he's the admin of Masonic Education. Okay, we'll try a harder one. Let's try Smith. That's bound to give us a hard one. Okay. Oh, yeah. And as you notice, they're not even in alphabetical order. How difficult is that? Okay. So, what you do is you click on, my friends, advanced search. And you do it twice. So you put in, okay, I want a name that contains the word Smith. Then I add another criteria, and I want his name to contain William. Now, because I've specified 2 parts of the name, now I get all the William Smiths, Robert William, Lloyd William, but that's how you break it down. You could add a 3rd criteria. Now that's also important when you want to add people to your website, or to your My Grand Lodge area, because as you know, you have to invite people into your group, or they have to ask for permission if you've got a private group, such as a district website or a lodge website. Yes, sir. I believe you'll find that because of the 2012 issue that there may be a few GLAs in there as well. This is why, when the thing was first rolled out, Rick Kostman asked that everybody assign an administrator for each of their lodges or districts, and to go through it and delete them from their membership. Doesn't delete them from our database, it just takes them off of your membership, so it keeps your lodge membership current. Does that help you? Oh, no, there's nothing, yeah, there's nothing on our website that I'm aware of that would get you to that situation. And I've got to get you downstairs in 2 minutes, so quickly, I've got one more thing to show you, and that's an area that came up. If I go back to my profile, because I know it's there, and I go to Ontario Magazine, what's their icon here? There it is. No, is that the one? No, there it is. Okay. Dan Dignard uploaded some files. He uploaded the, oh, I got the wrong one there. That's reflections. I want, where are we here? Oh, there it is, Ontario Mason Magazine. So Dan Dignard uploaded the files, and people went to where he'd uploaded it, which I just scrolled down here, find it quickly. Yeah. Where is it? One of the problems. Subscriptions available? No, that's not it. Anyways, what the problem is, he puts a posting up, the latest issue of Ontario Mason Magazine now available for download, and there's a link right there. And if you click on it, you get a message that says, you can't download this file unless you're a member. Well, how did you get into the group? Because you are a member. It's a little glitch that's on the website. What you have to do to download any file is posted either in your lodge website, your district website, or in this particular case, you go view membership files, and every file that is posted from the membership is in there. You download them directly from there. Because every file you upload goes into there. Okay. I'd like to get into some more, because uploading photographs and things like that, but I had to promise Right Worshipful Brother Charlie Woods that I'd have you back down there at 3:35. So
you got 4 minutes.
I've got 2 minutes going. If you want to get a hold of me, any problems, feel free to contact me directly at mjlocke@cogeco.ca. And if your district's interested, and I've got nothing on plan, I might come down and give you a live presentation in your district if you're willing. Buy me a coffee or something. Thank you.